It is time to add some North Pole charm to your home. These Dollar Tree elf DIYs are cozy, colorful, and so affordable. You'll want to make them all.
Hi, I'm Loli, and I'm so glad you are here.
Look at this beautiful, so cute rocking chair I got at my local thrift shop. I'm going to go ahead and give it a cleaning and paint it with 2 coats of Rust-Oleum and white chalk paint. Then I took this little sign piece that I got from Dollar Tree and was going to remove that little hanger that it has in the back. It was kind of difficult. I tried the heat gun and it did not soften it up at all. So I ended up just pulling it off with my hand. Let's just say that it didn't work. So here I'm pulling it apart, but I forgot that the heat gun makes metal hot. So once I burned myself again, I removed the rest of the piece using my needle nose pliers, and then I added a little bit of hot glue to the back of that little sign, added a small skewer that I got from a pack at Dollar Tree, and just held it there until it dried. Then I trimmed off the excess skewer, just using my snips, and painted the edges of the sign with white so it would look like snow. This piece was so fun to make. Well, once I got everything painted out and dried, I took some of these markers that I got from Ollie's. They were $1. I'm going to use the blue one with the smaller tip. And I just put the word in, I am on timeout. I thought this was perfect for this idea that I had. And I really, really love it. Do you guys have Ollie's in your area? I am curious. I just found out that Ollie's has crafting supplies and I'm obsessed with them now. All right, so I'm going to take this little elf from Dollar Tree and I'm going to remove those tags. Here, guys, cut them off because when you pull them, you will mess up your little hat and you don't want to do that. So I'm going to just position my little lady right on top of my rocking chair, as you see right there. Then I took the little sign that I made and I'm going to put it right there on the side of her in an angle in which she will be able to hold it. But I want to make sure that I had a place to also tack this down. So I added some hot glue to the side of the seat there, positioned that edge of the skewer on there and held it in place. Once it was nicely secured, I'm going to add a hand to the top section of the sign. I'm just going to wrap it around the stick, add a little bit of hot glue right there into the hand so it would look like she's holding the sign. And she is in a timeout because she is a naughty little elf. And I thought this will be so, so cute for the kids. I want to do like a whole little elf team for them this year. And that is it for this one. Let me know in the comment section, what do you think about this project? I think it turned out so beautiful. Let me know what you think. Okay, I'm proud of this one. It's so quick and easy. I'm going to use this new piece that I found with Dollar Tree and some of my little miniature things that I had collected through the years from Dollar Tree. The first thing that I did was take my piece here and paint it with 1 coat of linen white chalk paint from Rust-Oleum. Once that was nice and dry, I'm going to take some hot glue and slowly attach each one of these little pieces that I curated for this piece onto my tray here, making sure exactly where I want everything. Once I position everything the way that I wanted it, I'm going to come in with some hot glue and tack them all down. Friend, if you're enjoying this video so far, please don't forget to hit that like button. And while you're there, go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell so YouTube notifies you each time that I upload a new video. All these things are free and they mean the world to me. All right, so here I'm going to take a generous amount of hot glue, put it in the bottom, and tack everything down exactly in the same place in which I had in which I had arranged them from the beginning. Friend, today's video is part of the DIY Inspiration Collaboration that is hosted on the 8th of each month by my friend Katie from Lady Red Crafting, myself Loli from Lady D's Creations. And this month we have the privilege of having the amazing Amber from DIY with Amber. We are making elf inspirations. The links to our channels and to the playlist will be linked in the description box below and also pinned in the comments. Make sure to head on over to the channels, the playlist, and show everyone some love. All right, once I was done gluing every single piece exactly where they were located, I'm going to take epoxy resin that I got from Dollar Tree. It was $1.25 when it was still $1.25. And I thought the color was perfect with some fake ice. So how you do this is you're going to mix equal parts of each of these parts together. But first, I want you to measure them out separately. So I took 2 of these cups that I got from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to measure 2 lines up on each part. I just make sure that it was completely even. And I'm doing the same exact thing with the other one, making sure that I'm truly having equal parts. This is very important that you have the same amount for A as you do for part B. Once those are properly measured, now they want you to add part B into part A and mix it for a total of 3 minutes. Here it looks as if I'm doing it so vigorously, but this is super sped up. So in order to avoid bubbles, try to do it smoothly, but just put a timer on and keep mixing until that timer goes off at the 3-minute mark. Once that was done, I just took the cup and I'm just going to go ahead and pour this starting from the middle of my little scenery here and just drip it all the way around, trying to not have any areas that will create any bubbles. Again, I'm being very slow here. This is sped up significantly. And I just kept doing that, going around the front and the back of each one of the little figurines until this was completely covered. Then I let it sit. Actually, no, I came back in with some snowflakes or some fake snow from Dollar Tree, and I added, sprinkled just a bit on top of it, and then let it sit overnight. And this turned out so cute. Let me know in the comment section what you think about this project. For this project, we'll be using this planta that I got from Dollar Tree some years back, and I'm going to paint it with 2 coats of Rust-Oleum and white chalk paint. Once it dried, I took this green paint that I got from Ollie's for $1.99, and this red one is called, I think it's red apple from Apple Barrel. The green one, I'm going to just add a little bit here. And this was, guys, you know how you feel when you have that ketchup bottle and you don't want to squeeze it and it's going to go everywhere? That was me here. But I thought I had it and I didn't get it. It was so messy, but it's fine. It's fine. I didn't waste it. We're going to take that brush right there. It was the perfect width of the lines that I'm going to make right here at the rim of this planter. And just making sure to put a generous amount of paint on it so my lines are nice and crisp and my paint is even all along. And I'm going to just space them the same space or the same width of my paint. And I'm pretty much eyeballing it here. If you want something a little bit more even, you can always tape the pieces and paint them that way as well. I didn't feel like doing all that, so I'm just relying on my steady hand. And I did that all the way around. Once that dried, I'm coming in with the red color, using the same brush that I used for the green, but a different one, but the same size, I should say. And I'm going to go ahead and try to keep my lines nice and straight again. Here, you can always tape it also, and it will make life a lot easier, but I like to work harder, not smarter sometimes. So here I'm making sure that my edges are also painted even. And then if I had any bleed in the inside, I just came in with some of that white, being careful not to go over the top and just clean off those edges. Once it dried, I'm going to take some hot glue and add it to the bottom of my planter and add some floral foam over it. Next, I took this pick I got from Walmart doing clearance last year, I believe. I'm just going to go ahead and spread out all of the branches a little bit, trying to make them nice and even, and then just stick it right into my floral foam. I did not trim it. I did not trim the bottom stem at all. I kind of like the height that this gave it. Now we are going to use these other picks that I got from Dollar Tree. They have like little jingle bells on them, and it has those beautiful colors that are very, very synonymous to our cute elves. So we're gonna take these and I'm gonna spread them apart, take off those tags off of them, and put them in 4 different sections around this greenery, pretty much north, south, east, and west. And I made note that there were a couple of places that were missing the little red balls, but that's fine. We're gonna fix it later. To fill up the edges here, I took some of this brown paper that I got from a package I got from Amazon and just put it all the way around. And I also covered the floral foam. I should have not done this yet, so if you do recreate this, hold on in this step. First, let's do this. So I'm gonna take this ornament that I got from Dollar Tree, the little elf feet, and I thought they would be so cool to have look as if there is an elf just buried in there trying to find something at the bottom of the pot. So I just glued it to the bottom. Here I just lifted up the feet and make sure that those feet were also glued on and fix the little skirt to cover the little booty. Then we're gonna add this little house that it actually makes sounds. It sings the We Wish You a Merry Christmas, and it has like an elf picture on it and it lights up. So I just took a skewer, added some hot glue to the back of it and taped it down with some masking tape. And we have this beautiful pick that we can add to our planter, but I needed to trim it down. So I just snipped it like that and I positioned this here. And this is why I was telling you don't put that paper in there, because it's a lot harder to do all these other things I'll be doing to this, because I had to like feed through that paper in order to get to the floral foam. And remember I told you there was some spots that were missing the little balls? Well, I took some of these scatter pieces from Dollar Tree and repositioned that on there. We can always add some hot glue as well to make sure they don't fall apart anymore. And I didn't like the shade of that wooden skewer, so I stained it with some Waverly Antique Wax. And then I took some of these other picks that I also got from Dollar Tree, and this is another reason why putting that paper there was not a good idea so early on, because it was hard to feed these through. But I just added all of these all around, trying to mix it up as best as possible. And here you can see me suffering to put that in. So I ended up putting 4 of these picks, trying to mix them up as well, just to give a little bit more dimension and variety on the different foliage on this. Then I took these pine pieces also from Dollar Tree. I also used 4 of these and positioned them in between, spreading them apart, so they would look a bit more cohesive and it will make this arrangement a lot fuller. I ended up using 4 of these as well, putting them in different areas within the arrangement. Then I took some marshmallows, some real marshmallows. If you have bugs at home or if you get ants or any kind of thing like that, guys, do not do this. Get yourself some fake marshmallows. I felt that I could do it, so I took some marshmallows that were kind of old, and I'm going to position them right on top of all that paper. So this way it would look as if that elf is just swimming in a whole bunch of marshmallows trying to get some candy in there. And that is it for this one. Let me know what you think. Oh my goodness, I can't wait for this one. I took this little bathtub that I got from Dollar Tree from the toy section. It is $175 now, but you know what? I thought it was worth it for this cute DIY I'm about to show you. I removed that tag off of it, and then I went over to my Cricut and I created this beautiful decal that says Elf Spa. And I just positioned it right there onto the middle. I'm just gonna go ahead and use my Cricut scraper and burnish it down and then remove that transfer paper. Friend, if you enjoyed this video so far, please don't forget to hit the like button. And while you're there, go ahead and let me know in the comment section where you're watching from. I love to know how far my videos are reaching. and share because sharing is caring and it helps my channel grow. Thank you so much. All right, then I took this gold pen that I got some years back from Dollar Tree, and the idea was to add some to the rim and then use my finger to spread it around to make it work like a rub and buff. It didn't work that way. So skip this step if you're able. If you have something like this, just use it to just line up the inside portion of your tub instead, just so you know exactly where to go, just to avoid going inside of the tub. So I just did that with that. I was kind of already committed on doing the entire thing with a paint pen until I decided not to. So I did the line here and I did the outside portion also. And then I kind of did like a rough in other places, trying to cover it, but I ended up not doing that. After finally giving up on this, I took some brilliant gold from Kryolan and I ended up painting the rim instead. And I also painted 4 of the cups of this little salt paper shakers from Dollar Tree using the same color. And this turned out so much better. Here they are. Now we're gonna put it all together. I'm going to flip this over and using a combination of E6000 and hot glue, I'm going to glue these as feet to my little bathtub. But guys, be careful here. Here you can see how I started with my E6000. I added it to the bottom of the bottom section in the little ridges of each one of these. And then I came in with the hot glue, but be very careful. Here you're gonna see in a second how I burned myself so bad. I have like a burn bubble. I kind of dropped it right on my hand and it burned so bad, guys. Be very careful there. I kind of took away some skin together with the glue that dried on my skin. But the show must continue. So I was a lot more careful this time around. I'm just going to add hot glue in the areas that has no E6000 and position the 4 pieces next to each other. As you see right there. Look at that, my boo-boo. It hurt so bad. But anyway, we're going to continue adding the feet onto this. I'm going to keep them close together because there isn't much space there on the width of this. And I continued to do this until I had all 4 right there. And these were the most beautiful little feet for my little tub. Look how cute. All right, now we're going to take some of this ribbon that I got from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to just line the bottom ridge at the bottom of the little tub with it. Once I figure out exactly how much I will need, I'm just going to cut it nice and straight, then add a little bit of hot glue right there underneath the word spa and just put the middle section of my ribbon right on there. And then I continue to add the smallest bit of hot glue all the way around until I got all the way to the back and united the 2 pieces or the 2 ends on the back so the seam will be in the back of the little tub. Here I just trimmed off the excess and I'm making sure that I have a nice seam between the 2 pieces, so I made sure that they will match perfectly before I cut them, and I make sure that my cuts were nice and straight as well. So once I glued this final piece here in the back, you could never tell that it was 2 pieces united together. Look how cute this is looking, but we're not done yet. We're gonna take this elf and some of these marshmallows. I placed the elf in the tub, added some marshmallows on top of her, and that looked like she has some bubble bath, but her bubbles are some marshmallows. If you have critters at home, do not use the marshmallows. Either get some fake ones or create some using some clay or some foam. And that is it for this project. Let me know in the comment section, what do you think about this one? I think it is adorable. My friend, as always, thank you so much for watching. Be blessed, be a blessing, and craft responsibly. And if you enjoyed today's content, here is some more videos you are sure to enjoy. Thank you again so much for watching. You're amazing. Bye.